Alright. It's time for today's final game of I Cast Your Freaking Awesome Replays, and the extremely inefficient weapon challenge has been kicking off with some really action-packed fast games. So let's finally do a proper plug for everything. If you guys want to get your replays in, !Icyfar in my Twitch chat any time of day, even if I'm not live, !Icyfar at twitch.tv/x5_pig. Hop in the chat. Type !Icyfar, get your replays in for next week, where it is hipster as fuck is next week's challenge, where you got to pull out the most underused upgrades and use them as much as possible. Yeah, lots of cool things you can do with that. I want to see some speedy warp prisms. I want to see some upgraded bunkers. I don't know, random shit. Just fucking figure it out. Show me your creativity as per usual, and it should be good fun. Of course, down here in the bottom right, in the red, looks like he's doing some sort of proxy. It's 1-2. Might just be scouting, though. Up here in the top left, in the blue, it's a barcode. Going to barracks. Ooh, good thing that SCV is going to scout that nice and early. Comes in, spots the 2 barracks, and is like, whoa, buddy, chill the fuck out, man. So, guys, just another heads up. This is, of course, sponsored by Liquid Rain, the novel. Science fiction novel set in a freaking awesome future. It explores a whole bunch of ideas around technology and politics and fucking just all the cool shit that sci-fi could do to change virtual reality and a whole bunch of different things in our life. I read it. It's a great book. My brother has my copy of it at the moment. You guys should purchase it. If you submit an Icyfar replay and it gets selected, you will get a copy of the book. Either a copy of the ebook, or if you are the winner of each day, a copy of the physical copy posted out to you courtesy of Oma Morky, who's sponsored 10 Icyfar shows. I believe this is the 6th out of 10. And he's giving away a whole bunch of prize money. So remember, guys, after the videos are up on YouTube, remember to like them if you want to give it a vote. The videos with the highest likes out of these 10 shows will be about 30 different videos, 30 different episodes. The highest 3 actually get a bunch of prize money, a ton of USD on the line, which is awesome. And at the end of every live show, which is, of course, at the start of my stream every Wednesday, Australia, Asia Pacific time, every Tuesday evening, Europe, Tuesday, middle of the day, afternoon, America. Every week, that's when the show goes live. And at the end of the live show, we're going to be posting a straw poll right after this game where everyone in chat can vote on which one they thought was the most epic game. And that one gets 40 USD put straight in their pocket, as well as I mentioned, that physical copy of the book, which is awesome. So get on it and, yeah, send in your replays. As always, it's prize enough just to get your game cast. Oh! Good job with that, Reaper. Nice. It's prize enough just to get your game cast. Yeah, to get some prize money as well is pretty sick just for sending in your silly, trolly, stupid, hilarious games. So get them in and let's continue with this cast, shall we? Reapers. Bouncing into the base. 1-2 is like completely supply blocked right now. Oh my god, didn't build a second depot, has 1 Marine against the 2X Reaper. Have you ever been happier as a Terran player to realize that your opponent who went 2X Reaper only built 2 Reapers? And then isn't even sending them in when you've got no units on the way. It's literally 1 Marine versus 2 Reapers. Oh my god, the Drilly boys on their own against these Reapers. Holy shit, this is like some sick fucking joke. Oh god, oh god, oh god. The Drilly boys looking for the surround, but these Reapers, unfortunately for the Red Terran, know how to mark. He clicks on the refinery there. We are, of course, watching some high level back and forth micro. The Reapers do get a good bit of damage there. But, okay, finally some Marines come out. The Reaper's going to try and do some fancy micro, but great focus fire there from 1-2. Takes down 1 Reaper. The other Reaper backed into a corner. His jetpack does get ignited there at the end. He goes for a little trip, headbutts into the side of the refinery, and does get smashed to pieces. Could recover quite quickly with this fast expansion, especially if we saw those mules drop. Ooh, dropped a hammer. 3 mules on that natural. Beautiful. And we'll start to get back on track. Will 1-2. Stim's on the way. The factory's been kind of broken here. It's going to send an SCV back to that. Going to try to get back on track on the other side of the map. Looks like a similar build-up for both players. Going into bio, medevacs, mines coming out of there, not siege tanks. And an expansion starting for our barcode player as well. Terran vs. Terran, underway. How many workers died from that push, by the way? Only 4. Oh, man. That could have been like 20. Good SCV micro, but look how many are wounded. Holy shit. They've all seen some shit. Veterans of the Reaper Wars, as it'll be known, here on King's Cove. This map is beautiful, by the way. Check out all the pretty seashells. You pretty seashell? Look at these pretty seashells over here. Oh my god, they're so beautiful. Pretty seashells down in the corner of the screen. What do we got? We got, oh man, even more up here. We got lots of shiny coins down there. Any carcass of a dragon. Some pretty flowers. Oh no, those are seashells as well. And this tree here, got like a nice little palm tree thing. And this map's just pretty. I love pretty maps. They do get me a little bit excited. I can't wait till they bring back Abyssal Reef. For anyone who has never played Abyssal Reef, you have missed out. It is the map which is underwater. Speaking of underwater, this guy is going to go underground and he's going to say, get fucked, single SCV. The drop comes in there, kills a marine, and then picks up and leaves. No, doesn't leave? What? What? And he just redrops. Picks up in one side of the base and then just goes and drops in front of the units on the other side. The Marauder barely survives. Oh, that medevac giving some good healthcare. Picks up those units and is going to boost on out of there. Nice play from our Barcode Terran. I don't think he's done yet. Oh, this Terran player has watched some innovation and some beyond. Yeah, he's just going to redrop in the same base again. What an absolute dick. His whole job here is just trying to be a pain, but Stim's done. Those Marines inject a bunch of drugs, their trigger fingers working faster than ever, and they finally shut that down. That was hilarious. The redrop on the same base repeatedly. We've got some nice macro here, guys. Subscribing to my school of thought, which is why you've got to be able to queue units up, because otherwise you're not going to have continued SCV production. The first tenet of macro is keep your workers queued up so that you've got non-stop worker production. Legit plays here. A second starport on the way so that you can get 2 medevacs at a time. I mean, it's really your choice. You build a reactor or just build 2 starports, one or the other. Why not? And we've got 3 barracks. Double upgrades here. Wow, 1-2 is really getting the macro set up, actually. 34 SCVs on 2 base. Only 23 on the Barcode side of the map. And the Barcode player here has got tanks now on the way, as well as Liberators. Oof. Liberators, the bane of so many people's ladder experience. You'd be winning a game, you look back at your base, one fucking freedom fighter floating over your mineral line, launching its Concorde cannon and just murdering you. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. All right. Drops going down the south side. Bio working across the north. It looks like 2 ships passing in the night. And not a lot of defense at home here for 1-2. Few Marines building. Is supply blocked once again. Is only just starting some depots. And those units about to stem in. It looks like our Barcode player is going to hit first. Once again, utilizing a Widowmine. No, he's going to wait for... I love this. And these guys are going to stim and he's like, it's a trap. It's all in vision, by the way, but I have no idea if 1-2's noticed, because 1-2's dropping in his base at the same time. Is he going to go in? Okay, he's going to send just 2 Marines in. He's like, I've got to bait you down with the least possible number of units. These Marines going to start to work on that command center. Oh, Liberator siege on the ramp. No, the Liberator didn't siege up, but it's fine. The Widowmine did some sick damage. Imagine if that Liberator sieged that ramp. That would be so brutal. Oh, the Marine gets the lib, though. Holy shit. These Marines move commanding down to their death. They start shooting that Widowmine. Holy fuck balls. This base is getting ravaged. Oh, 1-2 tries to run away, walks through the Widowmine, leaves the command center alive, and F2s and starts bringing the units home. Oh my god. 1-2 has literally 0 defense. But our Barcode Terran player here, too afraid to move in, not realizing that there's friggin' nothing there. No, he realizes he's going to go for it. He's going to dive in. And at the same time, 1-2 says, oh, okay, I'll turn around and go back in. No, the Widowmine's cooled down. Ah! The Bio just took 6 Stimpaks in a row. And the SCVs and the tank killed them all since they were on low life. All the Marines died. A few of them left on red hit points. Oh my god, both players just running their units to their death. This is absolutely fantastic efficiency. This is like not watching the sort of inefficiency where you're both using spoons. It's where you're both using knives, but you're both holding them by the blade rather than the handle. This is like watching a knife fight where two dudes have not figured out what the handle of the fucking knife is for, and every time they clutch it, hold it, trying to stab the other person, they're wondering why it hurts a lot and there's blood dripping all over their hand. They're like, what? They're like, I feel like this is how you use a knife. I feel like they're stabbing the other dude with the handle of the knife. They're like, this should work, right? You're like, no, stop it, stop it. Those Marines just stemmed forward and attacked the unbuildable rocks there. Beautiful control from 1-2, who does hold on, has way less workers, but a massive army advantage, is going to counterattack with 5-6 Marines while leaving everything else at home. An interesting decision. The two empty medevacs deciding to do a bit of sightseeing of the coral and the seashells on the north side of the map. We've got tanks, Marines, medevacs down here in the natural. I love the double starport, by the way. Still getting me nice and randy. Double lib on the way. A ton of minerals for the barcode. 1-2 is way down. Way down. And this 5 Marine counterattack. I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is gonna work, man. Okay, the medevacs do spot a ton of units there. 1-2 says that seems like a good place to attack. Walks up, eats a tank shot to the face, and says maybe not. Meanwhile, the barcode comes out, a medevac for every single Marine and Marauder. Now, remember, there are 1-1 upgrades for 1-2. Has stim and shields. These are better quality Marines, but there's just not that many of them. These tanks sieging randomly in the middle of the map. We've got more Marines just hanging out over there. Still only 12 SCVs back at home on one base is 1-2. Our barcode player with 2,500 minerals in the bank, epically supply blocked and unable to produce right now, does not realize the supply block and instead grabs the entire army and starts moving across the map. Oh, Liberators do fly straight over the Marines, not quite in position. Let's see him waste stim packs. Ooh, Medevac's go in and take some damage. Does waste a stim there, actually, because they do go out of vision, but the Liberators decide, you know what, let's siege up on these tanks. Are they going to get it? No, they are not, because only one sieges and they both go down. Fantastic micro on both sides here. Tanks, Marines, Marauders, medevacs on the south side. Tanks, Marines, medevacs on the north. He's trying to flank him. I think what he may have forgotten, though, is that his base is over here, and that's where he needs to defend. He's going to try and do some tricky drops. Oh, tricky drops, tricky drops, tricky drops. He's going to try and drop on the high ground. No, he decides, I'm not going to drop on the high ground. I'm going to drop on top of the siege tanks, which a little bit of friendly fire going down, but taking some big splash damage as well. And the Marines come back, save the second tank, snap the medevac at the same time. A random 2 Marines are like, really? Our commands are to attack the natural? And they're like, yep. The general's like, yeah, go attack the natural, man. They're like, just us 2? They do end up, of course, abandoning those orders. They rated back, there was no natural there, man. There wasn't a natural. We couldn't fulfill the attack. This Liberator here on its own trying to defend the ramp. Still 3,000 minerals in the bank. And finally, more units starting to queue up. Still no tanks building. A single Liberator, the only thing standing between our barcode, Terran, and death. And rather than focusing on building more units, he is microing a random medevac and sending one Drilly Boy out as the sacrificial SCV. Does end up going up in an explosion of fireworks. Tanks, bio, medevacs finally pulling home. Both players in a bit of a weird standoff here. Oh, Marines dropping on the high ground. They flank the Lib. The Lib's going to go down, and that means there's Marines in the base here. These units from our barcode player just filtering into their death. 1-2 still on a 12 SCV economy. Snaps both sides of the army. Our barcode player still with 3,000 minerals in the bank. And that was a sort of beautiful, legendary game that we do not get enough in Icyfar. It's awesome. Oh, man. I haven't had I think that was maybe silver. Let me take a look. There's 67 APM to 103. It could have been, because the game got messy, players play weird. Could have been platinum. At the high end, that was platinum. Might have been silver or low gold, though. But it was just fantastic to watch both players freeze up so much under pressure. Both of them trying to use such technical unit compositions of tanks and Liberators. So hard to micro. But it resulted in some of the most amazing little scenarios there. And that truly was an extremely inefficient weapon. You are meant to hold the knife by the handle and use the pointy bit to stab your opponent. You know, people normally say it as a joke, but sometimes you do need to remember that's the way to do it, guys. GG, well played, and thank you for that beautiful submission 1-2. GG's.